You always think hospitals are places of clarity where truth comes to light. But the night I went to see my friend in the hospital, I learned how terrifyingly wrong everything can feel. It started on a rainy evening. My phone buzzed with a text from Sarah's sister. "Sarah's in the hospital. Car accident. Come quick." Sarah was my closest friend, and hearing she was hurt made every muscle tense. I bolted into my car, heart pounding, rehearsing everything I'd say when I reached her side. When I arrived at the hospital, the bright white lights were a sharp contrast to the storm outside. I rushed past the reception, desperate to find Sarah's room, but something felt odd. The nurse at the desk glanced at me with a look I couldn't read. Her smile was too tight. "I'm here to see Sarah Parker," I said breathlessly. "She was in a car accident." The nurse's expression faltered. She glanced at her computer screen and then back at me. "Sarah Parker. There are no records of a patient by that name. No accidents reported for her." "What? That can't be," the text said. Before I could finish, a doctor approached, placing a calm hand on my arm. "Ma'am, please calm down. You don't appear well. Why don't you rest here for a while?" My protest caught in my throat, an inexplicable fear creeping in. "Rest? I'm fine. Your friend isn't here," he interrupted, his voice firm but not unkind. "Please come with us." The next thing I knew, I was being led into a quiet room where the walls felt too close, the fluorescent light too harsh. Nurses spoke in hushed tones, casting worried glances at me. They insisted Sarah's accident never happened. No hospital was treating her. The texts I swore I got didn't exist. I insisted it was impossible, but they just shook their heads. "You're hallucinating," one said, her voice full of pity. "You're confused about what's real." I was terrified, not for Sarah, but for myself. Hours stretched into a day, or maybe I was stuck in a loop. The hospital seemed to shift around me. Doors led to endless, identical corridors. I saw shadows moving just beyond the edges of my vision. Voices whispered my name, then stopped when I turned. I'd find the nurses always observing me, their faces solemn and emotional. In my desperation, I scribbled a note on a napkin and slipped it under the door. "I am not insane. Please believe me." No one came for me. I lost track of time. The sterile light in the room never changed. A constant, buzzing hum that seemed to dig under my skin. Finally, the door opened. It was the doctor from the first night. He was holding my note. "You have to believe me," I pleaded, my voice hoarse. "I'm not crazy. I just came to see Sarah." The doctor looked at the note, then at me. His expression was one of infinite, practiced patience. "Who is Sarah Parker?" he asked, as if he'd never heard the name. "My friend. She was in the car accident." I got the text. "The text," he repeated, nodding slowly. He consulted a chart in his other hand. "But you were the one in the car accident, Jess." The name hit me first. A spike of cold. "How do you know my name?" "It's written on your chart," he said, tapping the folder. "Just like it has been for the past 3 years." The words made no sense. 3 years? No. I drove here tonight in the rain. My car is in the parking lot. "Please, Jess," he sighed, the kindness in his voice more terrifying than any anger. "We've been over this. You've been agitated ever since you were admitted. You keep returning to this story. Sarah, the accident. The text, it's real," I screamed. Lunging for my pocket to get my phone, "I can prove it." My hand met thin cotton. I looked down. I wasn't wearing my jeans or my rain jacket. I was in a pale blue hospital gown, the kind that ties in the back. The room wasn't the quiet waiting room. The walls were a soft, dull gray. Padded, the fluorescent light buzzed, buzzed. A cold wave of nausea washed over me. When did I change? Is it? The doctor asked softly, ignoring my question. Is the story real? Or is it just easier? Easier than what? I whispered, my eyes fixed on the door behind him. It had no handle on this side. Easier than remembering the rain on your windshield, Jess. The sound of the crash, the broken glass, the sirens. Easier than remembering that Sarah died 3 years ago and her sister hasn't spoken to you since the funeral. A memory, black and jagged, tried to force its way in. I squeezed my eyes shut. No, I was at home. I got the text from Sarah's sister, but as I tried to picture the text, the glowing screen in my mind flickered. The words blurred. Come quick. Or was it, I'll never forgive you? Did I get a text? Or did I send one? The doctor opened the door. The nurse from the front desk, the one with the tight smile, was waiting. She was holding a small paper cup. Her smile wasn't tight anymore. It was soft, pitiful. She stepped inside. I never saw my family again, I stammered, the words sounding rehearsed, like something I'd said 1,000 times before. And I never left. The doctor nodded, as if I'd finally gotten the answer right. That's right, Jess. He left. The nurse offered me the cup with my meds. As the door clicked shut with a heavy, final thud, I looked at the walls. The shadows were moving again, and the whispers were starting. Sarah's gone because of you. Sarah's never coming back. I squeezed my eyes shut, pressing my palms into my ears. But I couldn't block them out. And then I heard it, a sound that didn't belong in this soft, silent room. My eyes shot open. I frantically patted the thin hospital gown. My pockets were empty. I looked down at my empty hands. A new text had arrived.